Today's question is, Anthony, how come you don't have any barbells in your gym?
I got my armor now, no fear, no doubt, can't shoot me down, yeah. I got my armor now, no fear, no doubt, gonna shoot me down, 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 now.
So if you come to Fitness Line Down, you will see that we don't use any barbells in any of our programming or any of our workouts. People ask why. Why are there no barbells? Anything wrong with them? And there's nothing wrong with them per se. It's just not what's most advantageous and really works most effectively with what we do here in Fitness Lying Down. So here's a couple reasons why we don't. One is that they do take up a lot of space. You have a barbell that's about 7 foot wide. You need a lot of clearance around there in order to make sure people are working out safely. So it takes up a lot of space. Another thing too is, they're really hard and bulky. It's easy to lose track of them, and if you want to move them, you're going to end up hitting something because they stick out so wide. So it's a little bit dangerous just with like logistics, right? They also require a lot of weights to put on them. If you want to adjust the weights, you have all these plates that you slide on the end. So you have to have a lot of different plates and a lot of mixtures, and you're taking them on and off, and logistically it can be hard, right? So that's kind of the basics, logistics. But now let's get into what's more of a philosophical reason why we don't use these. And so if you look at a barbell, what it does is, it has a handle, like a bar that you grab, right? And so that bar doesn't move, it doesn't really bend, it doesn't really twist or rotate. However you're grabbing it, it just moves in a straight line, and it kind of locks your position in. If you're holding it here and trying to press, your hands and shoulders really can't move much because the bar locks you in. Same with if you're doing like a deadlift off the floor. However you grab it is going to lock you into how you pull that weight up. Right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but what if you have limitations and you don't quite have the range of motion you want? It's going to lock you in, and it can force you into a range of motion that you may not have. Now if you look at things we use like sandbags and kettlebells and bands, there's a lot of what we call degrees of freedom, right? If you have a kettlebell in one hand, you can rotate this however you want. You can move it and grab it, and now you can accommodate the load to fit what your body type is and really what your limitations, what your range of motion, what your positions are. It's safer and for us and more effective to do things that allow you to have more degrees of freedom. All right. Another thing too is just, again, that size thing. We want things that are compact so you can pull weight into your body. All right, because your body moves. We want you to learn how to keep, that weight and load close to you so you can rotate with it and move. Now, if we want to think about rotation, trying to spin, if you have a barbell, you're making a really big path and it can be dangerous, right? And so it limits you. You can really only go straight up and down or straight forward with a barbell. And now just think about that. If all we can do is go up and down and forward and back, that leaves a lot of other ranges of motion and areas of your body and your degrees of freedom that you can't access. I mean, your body's made to rotate and to twist and to move, side to side and shift. And if a barbell inhibits that, then we don't want to use it, right? I mean, and people use barbells because they're good at really working your really big muscles. If you just want to pull something straight up, it'll work your glutes and your hamstrings really good. If you want to press it, whether a bench press or overhead press, it'll work your chest muscles and your shoulders really well. And that's what it does great. But it creates a kind of a false stability, right? I mean, imagine basically like a drag car, right? It has a lot of horsepower, but it can only go in a straight line, and it has to have a nice smooth paved surface to drive on. But you put it in that world, and it's super fast and powerful, and it's awesome. But now, what if you want to take it off-road? All that horsepower does it no good, because all it is just pure horsepower, and it has limited like suspension and shocks and ability to move and adjust. If you want to go off-road, you need more like a rally car, those off-road type of dune buggy type things. They're really agile and they can adapt and move. Right now in the real world, we are really forced to be more those dune buggies and those off-road vehicles, right? Because we're always moving, twisting, we're shifting our weight, we're stepping up on things, maybe we're slipping on ice a little bit or have uneven ground. And so we have to be ready to be prepared for all of that. And so if all you do is just do a barbell, just do straight up and down, forward and back, all you're doing is you're getting a lot of horsepower, but you're limiting where you can apply that horsepower. All right? If you use sandbags, kettlebells, we can move, we can flow, we can go from one position to another position without having to drop the weight. And life happens in those transitions, right? It's how you move and adapt and really transition from one spot to another is what helps you be fit and be strong and really flow well. All right, so those are some reasons why we don't use a barbell in fitness lying down. So if you want to be a little bit more rugged, a little bit more adaptable, maybe ditch the barbell. Try something a little different, more compact, allows you to flow. Any questions about how to do that, let us know. We're happy to help. But until next time, move better, train smarter.